Hey guys, if you want a little homework on this Schoology assignment to help get us ready for our assessment tomorrow, I'm going to provide you a little help here. Again, just talking through some of the problems, not necessarily going through a lot of them, but just giving you some hints on some of them, at least what you might be looking for. This first one talks about matching the equation, the four equations they've got given over here, with the method that would probably work best to use to solve that equation. When you're trying to limit it down, take a look at the ones that are on the right. Quadratic formula, take a square root, factoring, and completing the square. Okay. First of all, as I look at those options, remember quadratic formula can work for any problem. Okay, so that one is going to be tough to pinpoint. Maybe we got to use some of the other ones first to eliminate. Taking a square root. Remember, that can only work on certain problems. And so if I'm looking to start maybe somewhere, that might be the one that I'd begin with. Figure out which of the four over there is one that you could solve by taking a square root. And as I look over there, I only see one that I think I can do that with. Okay. Factoring is also another one that it's only works sometimes. So maybe there's one over there that I can spot that'll factor. Let me come back to that one even though. The next one, completing the square. Remember, completing the square, we like to be set up a certain way. So if they're talking about figuring out an equation where the best method is completing the square, it's probably one that is set up for completing the square. So take a look over on the left again, the four equations, and I bet you there's one that's set up well for that method. Okay, so if you find B and D, then maybe by looking at your other two options, A and C might be a little easier. Maybe one that'll factor, and another one that maybe you can only take. You can use the quadratic formula with whatever's left. Okay, so there's some hints to help you match those up. Okay, on this page here it says question 5, solve the equation by factoring, and then question 6, solve the equation by completing the square. When we have our assessment, I would imagine that you will have to maybe do either one, if not both of these methods. You have to prove to me you still can factor something to solve. And for sure, complete the square and solve. That's definitely a method I want you to know. So make sure that you can execute both those things well for any problem. That's definitely two methods. Again, two of the methods besides the quadratic formula that I always want you to be able to use. Take a look on just a little review back to factoring here. This problem that we've got, 3x squared plus 34x minus 24. Just remember that we need factors of 3. Well, in this case, it's 1 and 3. So when you start your binomials, you'll have x and maybe 3x you could start off with, or switch them around if you want. And then 24 has a lot of different combinations for factors, right? So you might have 1 and 24, or 2 and 12, or 3 and 8. Like there's a bunch of different options. And just kind of remember stuff like, well, it's negative 24. So your signs will be a plus and a minus. And somehow you got to get to a combination that gets you to positive 34. Okay. So I'll kind of again leave you to it, but just remember some things that we need to be able to factor. Okay. I want to just kind of, and even cycle on all the way back. Yep, this one's ready to factor because it's all equal 0. And it's in decreasing degree order like we want. So that one is ready to factor. So there are just some ideas or reminders of what factoring, what it entails, what it takes to factor. Okay. Completing the square, remember what we want is we want the variables all on one side and the constant on the other. So if you're going to set this one up first to get it to complete the square, I think what you'll end up starting to do first is subtract that x squared from both sides to cancel that out over here, and then you'll have 4x squared on the left. And I also need to bring, let's see, that 2. I'm just going to do this in the same step right now just to save us a little time, but I'm going to subtract that 2 to the other side as well because, again, I want the constant on the right side. So it's 4x squared minus 12x and then equals negative 7 is what I've got here so far to start getting it set up to complete the square. You can complete the square right now. There are ways, again, you have the formula, but it's way easier if you can make steak sauce. So let's divide everything by 4 and get x squared minus 3x equals, and I know I got negative 7 over 4 over there. I could change that to a decimal like negative 1.75. If you like, you can do that. That might even be easier to do and to work with. But even though it's a little messy, this is the best way to set up for completing the square. Then you can use your formula, b divided by 2 squared, to find out what the c is that'll help you complete the square. And you can keep going from there. Okay, then I've jumped ahead over all those other problems where you're going to solve using the different methods up to just the word problem. Just a note, in all those problems where you have to solve, Again, you could totally see one where there's no real solutions. That is definitely possible, so be on the lookout for that. Could possibly even be a double root one. So again, just kind of keep an eye on for those different things and kind of know where those situations might arise or how you might run into them. Okay. But let me go to 50 here, and again, just kind of get you set up. It's one of those vertical motion ones. They give you the vertical motion formula I see down here. Okay, negative 16t squared plus vt plus s. As you read through that problem, again, it's got a picture to kind of help you out as well. It talks about the initial vertical velocity when they jump off the half pipe there. So during a big air competition, snowboarders launch themselves from the half pipe to perform tricks in the air and land back on the half pipe. Their initial vertical velocity here, as I said, part A says use the vertical motion model to write an equation that models the height of the snowboarder as a function of the time since she is in the air. So the initial vertical velocity is 24. So if I'm just starting to make the equation first, h equals negative 16t squared plus 24t. And the top of the half pipe looks like, that's kind of what they're hinting at here in terms of where they're going to launch from, is 16.4 feet. So plus 16.4 at the very end there. So that'll be our equation to start. And then, so we'll write that equation down as it says here, part A. And then part B, how long is the snowboard in the air? If they land, back when they land is, back on the half pipe is at 13.2 feet above the base. So again, we're looking for a time, right, as we kind of always talk about with these problems, from what you're looking for. How long, how many seconds, right? Round your answer there, seconds. So we're trying to find out a t. So in my formula, I must know what h is. And it looks to be that 13.2 feet. So I'm going to plug that in for h, 13.2. Because that's the height where she lands. We want to figure out how long until she's back at that height, which is the landing point. So minus 16t squared plus 24t plus 16.4. And now to be able to solve using any method, again, quadratic formula is probably going to work the best here because we have some decimal numbers to work with. Maybe it'll end up factoring, but I'm probably just going to, if I was doing this problem, I'd probably just go to quadratic formula. But what you got to do is get everything to one side first, right? So I got to, just like with factoring, similar kind of style there, I need to have it solved for 0. So first we got a minus 13.2 from both sides. Let's get us a 0 equals negative 16t squared plus 24t. And then plus, what, 3.2. Okay. And then from there I can pick out A, B, and C, and I could use the quadratic formula. Okay. Now again, that's just help on a few problems that I thought maybe might need a few hints there. All the other ones the other problems where you solve are kind of straightforward, but you do have to figure out what method you want to use. If you want to talk about one of those, definitely email me or Zoom me or something, and I can definitely help you. And so if you need a little more help on some of the problems, okay, let me know how it's going, you guys. All right. Good luck. Take care.